In the headlines, reactions as INEC announces postponement of governorship and state assembly elections. 3 dead, 85 rescued as train crushes Lagos government staff bus. POS operators milk customers as Naira crunch bites harder. Away from Nigeria, 36 killed in eastern DR Congo attack. Hello and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for joining. And now the details. Mixed reactions trail decision of the Independent National Electoral Commission to postpone governorship and state assembly elections less than 72 hours to the scheduled polls. Noel Samson speaks to Abuja residents concerning the postponement.
As soon as the Court of Appeal gave its nod to INEC to reconfigure the bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS on Wednesday evening, the Commission announced change of date for the governorship and state assembly election from March 11th to March 18th. The decision to postpone the election elicited diverse reactions from Abuja residents.
It's a good move because the election is fraught with a lot of controversies. So in order to resolve those controversies, it is best that things are done normally for the benefit of doubt. Because INEC wanted to reconfigure and the aggrieved parties actually did not want that move because they felt that, or they feel that the election results in the INEC data will be tampered with. So I think for the benefit of doubt, INEC postponing it and giving every party a level ground to douse all doubts is very much in place.
They took a rightful decision in order to, ameliorate and put in place on the issues of presidential election on the BVAS. So they have to give the governorship election time in order not to muddle things together.
However, some say the postponement shows that the Independent National Electoral Commission is not ready in the first place.
Now you are prepared to go and vote. Why would somebody now postpone it if the person does not have a negative intention? If you have a good intention for Nigerians, you should have allowed them to vote on that day. Why postponing it? There is no need of postponing it. So I see that they are trying to do 1 or 2 things, which I don't know what they are up to. But let's watch and see. What matters is let's do the right thing, let's vote. We shouldn't relax. We will still come out to vote as we did in presidential election as well.
I feel that the INEC are actually not yet ready for the people of Nigeria for the next election. That's the reason for the postponement. But it also has a side effect towards other people, and majorly students that they had shut down their schooling for a very long time. This will affect so many people's plan. And just in general, what we just want as Nigerians is that the elections should go peacefully, and then the BVAS and every other thing that INEC has failed in the presidential, they should try and correct for the next election.
I have already seen failure on it. Okay? For the government to postpone this governorship election, I've seen a bias on it already.
Many Nigerians said they will wait until the new date to do the needful so that credible leaders will emerge from a free, fair and credible elections. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The Federal High Court Abuja on Thursday ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to allow the use of temporary voter cards in the March 18 governorship and state houses of assembly elections. Justice Obiora Ogutu made the order while delivering judgment in a suit filed by 2 aggrieved Nigerians seeking the use of TVCs in the general elections in the absence of the permanent voter cards, PVCs. Justice Ogutu said that the order was made on the grounds that the plaintiffs were duly registered and captured in INEC's database. The court held that there was no portion of the law, both the 1999 Constitution and the Electoral Act, that states that it is only PVCs that could be used, but that the law under Section 47 provided for a voter's card. Now, as Nigerians prepare for the governorship and state assemblies elections scheduled for March 18, residents of Jos, the Plateau State capital, are hopeful that the exercise in the state will be credible and peaceful. The residents, who assured of their preparedness for the exercise, also hoped that security agencies and the electoral umpire will do what is expected of them within the confines of the law to guarantee an acceptable poll. Ado Musa reports.
Just like residents of other states across the country, residents of Plateau State said they are ready to elect candidates of their choice come Saturday, March 11. Some of the residents who spoke to Trust TV are hopeful that INEC will conduct an election that is devoid of intimidation or any other form of electoral violence.
My expectation is to have a very peaceful election that is well secured by the security operatives, and to also have a conduct from the INEC that is going to be acceptable by all.
Yes, our expectation is that they should try and do the best and conduct a good election. We will be expecting to see enough security on ground, and we expect the INEC to be fair and do the rightful and do the needful to the residents.
We are praying and hoping for a peaceful election, and then we have different candidates in their different political party, and then our hope is that anybody that emerge victorious will come with the interest of Plateau, and then together we are going to build a better Plateau.
The residents also hope to see a governor that will serve them better by meeting the aspirations of the people.
We are having hope that there will be a new turnaround. Things will change. Among the three contestants that we have in the governorship, I can be church to say that all of them, they are competent.
For the person that emerges as a governor, I'm expecting to see, a conduct that will carry everybody along, that will have to do a lot of things to improve the security, the economy, and the social life of the people of the state.
While hoping to witness a peaceful exercise, the residents, however, call on eligible voters to come out en masse to elect credible candidates that will lift the state to greater heights. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
In a similar vein, ahead of the governorship and State House of Assembly elections scheduled to hold on Saturday, March 18th, some electorates in Yola have called on the Independent National Electoral Commission in Adamawa State to strictly adhere to the electoral law while discharging its obligation. They said the call became necessary to avoid what they described as injustice on the part of INEC for allegedly refusing to transmit elections results accredited by BVAS during the presidential and National Assembly elections. Salis Lawan reports.
To them, the performance
We do apologize for that heat. We'll bring you the report later. Now, 84 persons have been admitted at Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Ikeja, after they were rescued from an accident which involved a moving train and a state government bus. Already, 3 persons, 2 female adults and 1 young man died in the ghastly accident which occurred on Thursday morning.
At least 2 staff members of the Lagos State government have died and several others injured in a collision between a train and a staff bus on the rail track at Ikeja along Shogunle area of the state. The BRT, which was convening staff of the state government to work, wanted to cross the rail line when it was trapped by the moving train. Giving an update on the rescue work, the public relations officer of the National Emergency Management NIMA in the Southwest region, Ibrahim Familoye, confirmed 3 persons dead and 84 others injured in the unfortunate incident. Familoye said the train ran into the bus that got trapped was on the rail line.
We have been able to recover 2 female adults and 1 young man was recovered dead. Because of the incident, we cannot confirm, but what we heard was that they tried to flag down the bus from accessing the rail line. We learned he didn't listen, which we cannot confirm.
With that combined effort, we are able to rescue 84 people alive, and the 84 were taken to Lagos State Teaching Hospital, where they are receiving adequate treatment. Adequate treatment in all ratifications, in terms of tests, in terms of treatments, in terms of management. And at last, from the feedback that I got, everybody, they are doing their bit to save the lives of the casualties.
On my way back home, when we asked the driver to stop, they were waving flag for him to stop and he didn't stop. Even the last man woman that was there had to eat his bus to stop.
The BRT driver?
Yes, the BRT driver to stop. So there was a small shuttle bus. So the shuttle bus ran first. So he was about to maneuver. Before he could do it, that was how the accident just happened.
He said officials of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, NIMA, Police and Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, those from the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, and a team from the Nigerian Railway Corporation were on ground to offer help to the victims and direct traffic.
Now, as the Naira crunch bites harder, traders are now exploring other options to receive payments from their customers. One of the options is the use of POS agents, who in turn charge a fee for the transactions. But pressure on the internet infrastructure has increased the rate of failed transactions. Zainab Karai reports.
As the Naira scarcity persists, traders and customers have been forced to resort to POS transactions between buyers and sellers. However, cases of failed online transactions that are caused by traffic and ineffective internet services have made customers reluctant to use e-transfers as a payment option. Though many lauded the cashless policy targets of the Apex Bank, the infrastructure placed to make this possible has been questionable.
One of the customers that came to the shop this morning, I am the one that gave him 100 naira to pay for the space where he parked his car. And he did not buy the goods again because he was trying to make the transaction and it was not going. The one I saw there before yesterday, the one I saw yesterday, even the one that they debited me, and I did not get the money.
I have transferred almost 3 people now that the money did not go. And those people now, they are customers. They have gone. It will show paid, transaction okay, but money is not in my account. I went to the bank to complain now. They say it's 10 days for me to see my money.
People who do say Gary, say like all this village stuff, they don't listen to you when you talk about transfer. They want to see cash in their hand. You pay, you go.
According to traders in the market, the cashless policy has affected their daily patronage and by implication, their income.
Look at the market now. You cannot see people in the market. Everywhere is just door. People are not entering the market. There's no cash. No cash in the market. No cash to enter market.
Somebody buys something, the person cannot go with what he or she has bought. Because without us getting the transfer, we cannot release our goods.
POS will collect 300, 400, 200 for just 1,000 naira. Some of the POS. So how much are we making in a day? Our business is not even moving.
To even withdraw and deposit sometimes is very, very difficult. The network is bad. Most of the bank, you tried more than 3 times, they will debit the person. There's no way you can even, and for them to even get access to the bank, again, at least there's another problem there again.
Though the Supreme Court has ruled that the old 1,000, 500 and 200 naira notes will remain legal tender till December 31st, 2023. Nigerians are yet to get any form of relief as they await the go-ahead from the Central Bank and President Buhari for the full implementation of the Supreme Court's directive. Zainab Karai, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, since the beginning of the cash swap policy, which drastically reduced currency in circulation, point-of-sale operators across the country have increased transaction charges for customers using the service. Some of the operators and customers in Lagos lamented the hardship occasioned by the policy and called on the government to address the situation. The report.
Few days after the 2023 presidential election, specifically on Friday, the 3rd of March, the Supreme Court of Nigeria ruled out that old 1,000 naira note, 500 naira note, along with the earlier reintroduced 200 naira note remain legal tender with the new note until 31st of December 2023. However, despite the Supreme Court order, many banks in the country have refused to dispense cash to their customers, both inside the banking halls and also at the automated teller machine, ATM. To this end, Nigerians seeking to get cash for their daily transaction are left to the mercy of point-of-sale operators, POS, who use this opportunity to increase transaction charges to those who come to them for cash. At Ogba area of Lagos State, some customers said the POS charges are now a case of using money to buy money from instead of paying for transaction. They also said traders are witnessing an all-time low in patronage due to non-acceptance of the old Naira notes.
If you don't have no money, you can't enter vehicle. And it's for POS now. If I want to use 2,000 naira now, go to POS now. If it has there now, they will say they need to collect 700 naira. 700 naira, 600 naira out of 2,000. So what remain? Nothing remain for you again. So things are hard. So I don't even know what to say. It's very hard. If you want to collect 5,000 naira, they need to collect 1,500 out of your money, your own money.
The transporters justify their non-acceptance of old note from computers. Others are surprised that banks releasing the old note are refusing to collect them back.
People around us, all these our national union transporter, they are not collecting the money from us. And the filling station also, they reject the money from us. Instead of collecting cash, they are collecting POS to collect money from us. So that is why we don't collect it. And people that are selling market, they reject the money.
The old money, we are not seeing some business. People want to transfer. People don't want to collect the old money back from us, and they ask us to collect it. So that has been the problem. No sales. Because of that, we cannot buy, we cannot sell food. We are hungry.
For POS service, people now they are doing it here. He collect all money come. Now nobody collect the money. Some people will say, let me meet all these motor people, whether they will collect it. And they did not collect the money. What do you want us to do? Please, President, all you people, governor or presidents, please, we are begging you. You are the one that is supposed to talk. President, please.
Citizens are of the opinion that President Muhammad Buhari should address the nation on the Supreme Court order on the circulation of the old Naira notes of 1,000 Naira and 500 Naira with the new ones, as many Nigerians, especially the traders and transporters, are waiting for these directives, or that of the CBN governor in order to accept the old note.
Bank customers in Jos, the Plateau State capital, are complaining about account debit without actual payment or refund of money during transactions. The customers who trooped to the banks to register their complaints said that the money debited by the bank neither dropped to the receiver accounts nor reversed to the sender's accounts for days. Ado Musa completes the story.
These are bank customers queuing, waiting for the bank officials to attend to their complaints. Most of their complaints border on online transactions where accounts were debited but never paid or reversal alert received. They said the situation is inflicting hardship on their businesses and preventing them from buying food items for their defendants. Some of the customers share their experiences. I am a laborer. I work for someone who said he had transferred money to my account, but I have not received, and the bank has not refunded the money to him. So, that is why we are here, and the security man has refused to allow us enter to lay our complaint. I am a builder. I transfer money to my workers, but all of them said they haven't received the money, and the money has not been reversed. We have been coming here for days, and yet we have not been able to lay our complaints because they have refused us entry into the bank. This is unfair. My complaints are numerous. I have been coming here for the past 5 days and never achieved my goal. Mobile transfer is not working at all. I transfer money to someone and my account was debited, but he is yet to receive the money. We are really suffering. The customers, however, call on the government to do the needful to ease their sufferings. We can't continue to bear the situation. We are pleading with the government to get us out of the woods. It hasn't been easy. Something should be done, please. My call on the government is to listen to our cry. Those under our care are also suffering. We are begging the government to ease the situation. Government decision is always final and can do everything possible to ease the situation. While complaining about poor mobile transaction, the customers, however, want the government to allow the use of all Naira notes as directed by the Supreme Court. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at why number of female legislators is shrinking. Details of this and more after the break. Welcome back. Here's a look at the top stories again. Reactions as INEC announces postponement of governorship and state assembly elections. 3 dead, 85 rescued as train crushes Lagos government staff boss. The federal government has commended the ongoing construction of roads linking different communities within the northeast sub-region of Yobe, Adamawa, Bauchi and Gombe axis. Government made the commendation at an unscheduled visit to the project site in Kirfi local government area of Bauchi State to ascertain the level of work by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. Adamu Imam reports.
While commending the level of work at the site in Kirpi local government area of the state, the Minister Saidia Farouk Umar says the road project is instrumental to the development of the region and urged residents of the benefiting communities to cooperate with people working at the site to enable the government achieve the goals of the projects.
See, they are working from morning to evening. About 6 p.m. and they are next inside. Without telling them, I did not notify them that I was coming. I wanted to take them by surprise and I let them inside. So it's very, very commendable. And I think we are going to do it. This is 54 kilometer road linking to
The minister, who noted that the length of the Kirifi-Gombe Abba Road is about 54 kilometers with bridges, also said that the road is among the 4 major projects approved by the Federal Executive Council, with construction ongoing simultaneously. The site engineer, while speaking to journalists, assures that they will ensure that the project is delivered within the stipulated time. Adami Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Now, despite the consistent clamor for increased democratic representation and equal opportunities for women in Nigeria, the feminine gender had an abysmal outing at the just concluded presidential and National Assembly elections. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman takes a look at the shrinking number of women coming to the 10th Assembly after the 2023 National Assembly elections and what the future holds for female political aspirations.
There is currently 20 female legislators at the 2 chambers of the National Assembly, 13 in the House of Representatives and 7 senators in the upper legislative chamber. Incidentally, the results announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) indicate that none of the 7 female serving senators returned to the red chamber, while 3 women were elected to the Senate during the last election. At the House of Representatives, with 13 female lawmakers, only 7 were able to secure their return, even as 7 women from different political parties made it to the Green Chamber to join the returning 7 to the 10th Assembly. Also, Out of the 18 presidential candidates that slug it out in the 2023 presidential contests, only one female candidate, Oji Chichi, of Allied People's Movement APM, got her name on the ballot. Though INEC statistics show that a total of 92 female ran for the Senate and 288 for the House of Representatives, less than 10% eventually made it to the National Assembly. With the raging lobby for 35% affirmative action and intensified advocacy during Women National and International Days for enhanced female representation, in addition to growing number of female voters in Nigeria, the clamor for equal opportunities and women political representation could be said to be retrogressing. Shapir Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And away from Nigeria, at least 36 people were killed during an overnight attack on a village in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. A local official and the head of a civil society group on Thursday said the assailants were believed to be members of the Allied Democratic Forces, a Ugandan armed group based in Eastern DRC that has pledged allegiance to ISIL and wages frequent deadly raids on villages. The attack targeted the village of Mukondi, 30 kilometers south of the city of Beni in North Kivu province, an area that is not only plagued with rebel activity but has been under military administration since 2021 in an attempt to restore order. Provincial Governor Kali Nzanzu Kasivita said on Twitter at least 36 people had been killed in the attack, which began on Wednesday evening. The head of a local civil society group, Mumbere Limbadu Arsene, gave a provisional death toll of 44, including women, children and elderly, and said that several villagers were still missing. The death toll from a landslide on a remote Indonesian island rose to 30 after rescuers found more bodies on Thursday. The landslide struck on Monday on Serasan Island, located in the Natuna region between Borneo and Peninsular Malaysia. The bodies were found buried under the rubble and landslide debris at Panggalan village. 24 people are still missing. The poor weather that had previously hampered search and rescue efforts had improved, and communication lines were also being gradually restored. Indonesia is prone to landslides during the rainy season, aggravated in some places by deforestation, and prolonged torrential rain has caused flooding in different areas of the archipelago nation. Experts say that the country's weather-related disasters are likely being made worse by climate change. The head of Indonesia's National Disaster Mitigation Agency, Surhayanto, who goes by one name, said that the Natuna district government has agreed to relocate dozens of families away from the affected area to mitigate the risk from future disasters. Now in sports news, Super Eagles and Napoli striker Victor Osimhen has been named Serie A Player of the Month for February by the Italian Footballers Association. The 24-year-old Nigerian also won the Serie A Player and Goal of the Month award for January. In February, Osimhen scored 4 goals in 4 league appearances for Serie A leaders Napoli. The Player of the Month award is coming on the heels of 2022 Best Foreign Athlete award he won. He recently bagged the Emerging Player of the Year award at the 2022 Globe Awards and the 2021-2022 Serie A Young Player of the Year award. Osimhen is the top scorer in the Italian Serie A with 19 goals from 21 league appearances. And that's it for the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.